Hi everyone, we're going to find the critical numbers for our function and to help us to determine all relative extremum, which is relative minimum and maximums. And so the first thing we're going to do is take our derivative of this function, our first derivative test. Derivative of sine is cosine, and derivative of cosine is negative sine. Now to find the critical numbers, you set this to 0. Well, basically, you get cosine of x equals sine of x. And you either know what those values are. For example, we know that they're the same at pi over 4 and 5 pi over 4. You can do it that way. Or you could actually divide both sides by cosine. And that would say 1 equals tan of x. And you can kind of glean the critical numbers from that. So those are our two critical numbers. So we're going to set up our intervals. Critical numbers are x equals pi over 4 and 5 pi over 4. So and we want to go from 0 to 2 pi. So I'm going to set this up as from 0, I'm going to go in order to pi over 4. Then I'm going to do pi over 4 to 5 pi over 4. And then I'm going to do 5 pi over 4 to 2 pi. Alright, and then my derivative, again, was sine of x minus cosine of x. So what I do, I'm going to test some points in between here. So I could try pi over 8. And when you plug in that, you're going to get an increasing number, or a positive number. And so that's positive. And for this one, when you plug in, say, 3 pi over 4, this is going to end up being negative. Alright, and then when you plug in, say, 7 pi over 4 for this one, you would also get a positive number. So this means that this is an increasing interval. This one is decreasing, and then increasing. So basically, if it's increasing, it's going like this. Increasing to this, to pi over 4, then it's decreasing, and then it's back to increasing. If you look at this graph here, this is your maximum, which is occurring at pi over 4. This is your minimum, that's occurring at 5 pi over 4. So we're just going to plug in pi over 4 and 5 pi over 4 into our original equation. Our original equation was f of x equals sine of x plus cosine of x. So I know at pi over 4 we have a maximum, and you just plug that in as sine of pi over 4 plus cosine of pi over 4, which is just square root of 2 over 2 plus square root of 2 over 2. We have 2 of these, so I'm just going to do 2 times those. And that gives you square root of 2. So at pi over 4, comma square root of 2, we have a relative maximum. Now, we already know the other one's a minimum, so we're going to have f of 5 pi over 4. And so that's sine of 5 pi over 4 plus cosine of 5 pi over 4. And both of these are in quadrant 3, so it's going to be negative square root of 2 over 2 minus square root of 2 over 2. And that's the same thing here, but with the negative, so it's going to be negative square root of 2. So at 5 pi over 4, comma, negative square root of 2, we have a relative minimum. Okay? That's all. Thank you. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.